Okay, time now is 10:47 a.m. on April 30th. Uh Goddamn. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Fuck. I slept from 5:15 or 5:20 to 10 10:35. Yeah. So a little bit more than 5 hours. Yeah, that's uh, yeah. The good news is though is that today might be the last day I have to wake up early in the semester because tomorrow I don't have religion class, and then Friday, I mean it's Friday, I don't have class. Today might be the end. Um well, of course I still need to wake up early tomorrow, but like a little bit. But yeah, today's the end, man. But yeah, last night I was so freaking tired. I started watching Wendy and Lucy. 10 minutes in, I fell asleep. So I was honestly quite concerned because there's so much to watch. There's a lot of anime. I also plan to make two YouTube videos for today, like mini album review and mini movie review, but um I haven't listened to the albums enough at all to make that mini album review. And for the mini movie review, movie roundup video, I don't know. I haven't watched Wendy and Lucy and School of Rock, and I was supposed to finish Wendy and Lucy last night. So instead of making any YouTube videos today, I'm just going to focus on watching and editing video essay. And then I also got worried because I realized we are less than 2 weeks away from leaving to France, and I need to edit my video essay, and then I have the LA vlog, and then I have this, I have that. So, um, yeah, um, today's gonna be a really long day. We have CTCS 192 discussion, the last class, and then immediately we actually have a talk where Robert Elswit, the DP of There Will Be Blood and Punch Drunk Love, he's showing up. So I guess I gotta go and check out. And then there's RIT 340, and then after getting home, there's a Zoom meeting with TA4, the last meeting. Yeah, last RIT 340. Last meeting with this TA. And then I have to immediately go to school for the last CTPR 290. Yeah. Can't believe we're at the end, guys. Can't believe. Um, yeah. So that's that. And then, yeah. And then in the meantime, I'm gonna try my very best to finish Wendy and Lucy in School of Rock and as much Orb, the anime, as much as I can. Uh, yeah. That's that. That is that. Um, yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Yay! Woohoo! Whoa, man! Whoa! Woo! Woohoo! Woo! Woohoo! What?
Bro. Okay, time now is 1:02 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, so, I actually wanted to record this video, after I came back home, but I decided to, have dinner and everything, and it's 1 a.m. So, today is basically the end of the semester for me. For all the classes, anyways. Yes, I do have CTCS 192 tomorrow, but I'm probably not gonna show up anyways because it's a boring class, and I need to go to Jordy Creep concert. So, and I want to sleep too. So, let's talk about today. Wow, what an intriguing way to end off the semester. I don't know why. I feel like every time I've reached the end of the semester, it's always like, oh, maybe it's not so bad. Like, I just think that maybe it's because the professors have designed each class so that every class felt kind of conclusive, or I think it's just the nature of a semester's conclusion being like, this is a goodbye. So I went to RIT 340. I woke up, I watched 10 more minutes of Wendy and Lucy, and I was like, holy shit. There are parts of the film that I have theoretically watched last night, but I completely remember nothing of because I was half asleep. I was not completely asleep, but when you're half asleep, you're basically asleep. But you're also fully conscious at the same time. It's really weird. Anyways, went to RIT 340, and I decided to arrive early actually. I just don't want to be late for the final class. So I arrived, and I went to, yeah, no, I arrived, and I think, wait, oh yeah, bro, no, not RIT 340, CTCS 192. My brain is lagging. I'm like, I didn't directly go to RIT 340. No, so CTCS 192 discussion. It's the last discussion. I entered class. I was like I was 5 minutes late, but who cares? But I was early to RIT 340 because I was already at school. So CTCS 192 discussion, last class, I arrived, and yeah, I arrived and didn't do much. I sat down and I continued to work on other stuff. And today's class is basically a wrap up. It's basically our TA Marissa going, so what have you learned in this class? What are some things you didn't know before class or before this course and now you know, etc., etc. So I'm like, okay. And then we had to form groups and discuss this, and then afterwards everyone had to say something, like say a little bit of something. We also spent a little time doing course evaluations, but yeah, it was fine, and then we said our goodbyes. I spoke up. I didn't have to speak up, but for some reason I thought it's the last class, might as well. So I spoke up, and I was like, oh, I think that I learned a lot about this class in terms of like historical perspectives and etc. And Marissa's like, yeah, I don't know. I thought it's the last class. I shouldn't just disappear. I should speak up. So, anyways, after class, so Rachel didn't show up because she didn't feel so well. And so I left. So I crossed the road. I crossed the SCA, the fountain, to the other side because I wanted to enter room 110. Why? Because the DP of There Will Be Blood and Punch Drunk Love and Boogie Nights, Robert Elswit, USC alumni, is having a talk at room 110. So I went to room 110, and there's like no one there, and there's an adult. There's a guy, and he's like, oh, we're having a faculty meeting. Are you sure you're in the right room? And I'm like, I'm looking for 110. And he's like, yeah, it's this room, but we're having a faculty meeting. So I'm like, okay. And then I went to 112. I also saw Matt very briefly. I went to 112, and there's like people are sitting down, and I thought, oh, maybe this is it. Matt wasn't there. Matt just like passed by. but Matt was talking to a couple of people, and one of them is actually someone I've spoken to a whole year ago, but she has forgotten me. And her name is Ollie. She's the uh, half Korean, half white trans girl who got um, who was weirdly treated by this David person. So um, yeah, David the Zionist. So and then I saw Tiger Lily, and I was like, Tiger, and he's like, hey, and I'm like, and she entered the room, and I followed her in, and she's like, hmm, and I'm like, is this the Robert Elswit talk? Is the DP of There Will Be Blood is supposed to be here? And she's like, I thought that was yesterday, and I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, this is Mary Sweeney's class, and I'm like, oh. And I looked in the distance, and I saw the white-haired woman, and I'm like, oh, that's Mary Sweeney, right? So I left. So there's no commotion here. I'm not receiving any updates, so I automatically thought, okay, I guess the talk isn't happening, especially because I follow the Trojan Cinematographer Club on Instagram. They're not saying anything. If the freaking DP of There Will Be Blood is coming to campus, you make an Instagram story about this, right? You at least make an Instagram post about this. But no news. So I'm like, I guess it's fake. I guess it's not happening then. What the fuck? So yeah, so I just left. And I thought, wow, okay. So originally I brought chocolate in my backpack because I was like, okay, I'm gonna be starving. But now 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. freed time. So I'm like, you know what? It's basically the final time, the last time I'm gonna have lunch at school. So I'm gonna have my last school lunch. So last semester, my last school lunch was Northern Cafe with the peanut butter noodles and the milk tea. No. That was earlier this year, was it? Last semester, it was the braised pork noodles and the milk tea. Which didn't feel that long ago, but it is like literally almost half a year ago. Today, well, it's dulce. It's dulce time. I had matcha, and then I had dulce club sandwich. Good old fashioned. $18. You know what? I'll spend it. And I was scared I would be late for RIT 340 because waiting in line for dulce takes a while. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna finish the sandwich. I'll just eat whatever I can and then head to class. So I went to SCA third floor, sat down. Oh, I went to the second floor because third floor is crowded. Went to second floor, ate my sandwich, and then left the other half for later, and then went to RIT 340. And this is the highlight of the day, actually, RIT 340. Unironically, RIT 340 is becoming the best class of the semester. 290 is very interesting, yes, but I think in terms of experience, RIT 340 ended up being the most satisfying class here. We essentially read the last 5 manifestos. And both of the manifestos before me are very personal, vulnerable, and dramatic, which is weird considering how comedic or lighthearted the manifestos were in the last class. But yeah, so at some point it's my turn, and I was a little nervous. I don't know why. I wasn't nervous at all when I was presenting my short film in religion class yesterday, but I was nervous here. Maybe it's because I actually put a lot of heart and soul into this manifesto. But when I sat down on the chair in front of the whole class and I read out loud, I actually didn't come off nervous at all. It was more of a performance, and I looked at the laptop screen mostly, and it's like I'm acting out lines. And it went really well. Holy fuck. There was a moment where a couple sentences were deleted by accident, but I remember exactly what I wrote down, and I just I said it out loud, what I intended to write down, and I think that's a really cool moment because it proves that I intend every single word I write, and I remember every single word I write. And then yeah, there are so many like little moments here and there where Cardin, he would be like, it's like a mini hand clap. He's like, yes, yes. There's a moment where I talked about how the making of art is a violent one. So and you need to have the courage to do it. And some people are like, yes. And then like I got to the end where all the words turn into mush. So the entire manifesto is written in Arial Narrow, but by the end it started changing fonts and the words start overlapping to each other and it turns into a mush and I have difficulty reading it. And I'm like, I am, you are, this is, you're an Ouroboros, you, when you were young, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, ooh, what is going on? And then I got to the end of the manifesto and it says, don't read into it too much. Which is like, oh, it's intended. It's, so it's a performance. And then people clapped and everything. And holy shit, people loved my manifesto. People loved it. Tons of people spoke up. Usually about 3 to 4 people would raise their hands and speak after someone present their manifesto. But mine, almost half the class spoke up. Even the people who are usually really quiet. There's this girl who has heavy makeup and is really quiet. Her name is like Lizzie. And she's like, and when she talked about her manifesto, she's like, oh, I went to therapy, I went to rehab, and like going through trauma and stuff, and she's usually really quiet, and then but like she was like genuinely inspired, and she raised her hand, and then there's so many other people who are like, wow, I love the structure. This Chinese girl who is also usually very quiet, she's like, why is this paragraph tilted? It's just very interesting, and I'm like, oh well, this paragraph is about asking questions and being curious. And I guess the question you could ask is, why can't a paragraph be tilted? And then another guy, he's a musician, his name is Aaron, and he's like, oh, I just love how detailed it is. Like every single part can be a chapter on its own. And then this girl, her name is Andrea. I've seen her before, but she probably doesn't notice that. But she's like somewhat associated with APCA, but she's a games major. And she spoke up today. She was like, wow, like, you should, on your deathbed, right before, like on your deathbed, you should hand this manifesto to someone to inspire someone else to be a filmmaker. Which is such a crazy, like, dramatic scenario. And I'm just, like, smiling. And I'm like, oh, wow. And then the professor spoke, and professor's like, wow, there's a lot to unpack here. Yeah, and it's good. And then someone else in the front was like, so are you satisfied with this new version of manifesto? Because my original manifesto, I didn't like it at all, and I asked if I could change it. And so this is the new version, and it's like 100 times more personal and vulnerable and fun, yet sad, but also like explosive than the original. And I was like, yes, I'm really satisfied. Like after writing this manifesto, I was like, yeah, I wrote it. Like this felt me. It's so maximalist. And I think that's my thing, is I'm maximalist when I create art. Sometimes I intentionally make it minimalist, but usually the thing I do is I max everything out. Like I put tons of characters and tons of locations in one story. I explore so many ideas at once so that it's almost overwhelming. I am Garden of Earthly Delights. I'm not a still life painting. But yeah, people were genuinely like impressed and stuff. So I was like, wow, I did not expect people to like my work so much. Maybe I'm overdoing it. But I feel like this is what this class is. It's a writing class. It's about writing well, but more importantly, it's about having your own voice and being yourself. And then a couple more manifestos take place after me. Thank God I'm not the last one. But yeah, the one after me was also like kind of personal and vulnerable. And then the last one was like, okay. But yeah, after class, it's just 20 minutes of us talking to the professor. The professor's like, wow, this is such a good class. I mean, this is what I've been emphasizing since the first class. It's about having your own voice. And then some people in the back, this person who wears a beanie, um, their name is Billy. I think it's her, but I don't know. And also Amber, this black girl who wears glasses and has ultra short hair. They both kept asking this professor, like, how about you? Do you have a manifesto? What are your favorite books? All that stuff. And so the professor's like smiling and like a little embarrassed. And we learn more about the professor. So he's a really interesting, disciplined person. He wakes up 5 a.m. every day and makes himself like coffee and lights candles. He wears suits, and then we people just start asking him like, "Do you wear suits all the time? Like even when you're sleeping?" And he's like, "No, I have pajamas." Like striped like matching pajamas, like really like old fashioned matching pajamas. And they're like, "Oh, that's so cute." And then the professor's like, "Oh, I don't use phones. The last time I ever had a phone in my pocket was 5 years ago, because I went into a store and I need to use the phone to show a picture of something I'm trying to buy. And I really hated that. I never carry my phone with me. I put it in my suitcase and I rarely use it, and I put it on airplane mode. Um, and he doesn't like social media at all. And then some other person asks, "How about pets?" And he's like, "No, I don't like pets. I don't like restricting animals. If I'm a farmer and I have and I need a dog, I would probably have a dog, but it wouldn't be on a leash. It would be running around freely." And he's an artist too. He's eccentric, but he's so particular. But he's like, I had a friend, because he wears suits all the time. Like he's been wearing suits since middle school, according to him. And there's a show called Miami Vice, and her mom bought him a suit that looks like one of the characters. And in middle school, he's already dressed up like a Miami Vice character. And he goes to events in suits all the time. And his friend is like, "Wow, you dress so well. I feel terrible that I shouldn't dress well. I cannot be dressed the same way you are dressed." And the professor is like, "That's not the point. The point isn't I'm dressing in suits, so you have to dress in suits too. The point is I'm dressed in suits because that's me. You have to find your own voice." And I think, yeah, and the professor's like, "I hate conventions. I hate rules. Like, break the rules. Don't be afraid to break the rules. Be yourself." And I think that is ultimately achieved by the class. I mean, we all really went into the manifesto ourselves and made sure it's ourselves. We don't care if something's bad or good, as long as it's us, as long as our voice. And I thought that was amazing. And then it just ended. We all said thank you. And it was a good class. It was good vibes. And I may not get an A because my first paper got a D. But even if I don't, I think this is a genuinely good class and a good experience. Yeah, I left the class asking for people's Instagrams. There's this girl who makes music, and last class she was like, "Oh, I'm planning to make the song of the summer. Even though it's going to suck, I will still make it." And I jokingly said, "Oh, I need to follow you because I need to catch this song of the summer." And she's like, "No." But yeah, I got to talk to more people and exchange more Instagrams, and it was really good. I also talked to this girl. Her name is Michaela, and she did her 310 last semester, and I told her, "Oh, I remember your 310." And we talked a little bit, and I was like, "I'm down to help on 480s." And she's like, "Great, well, I'm producing a 480 next semester, and we need art people." And I'm like, "Well, I do art people." And she's like, "Wow, great." And then so she asked me to put my phone number in her phone. Genius, networking, right? Network at any given moment. But yeah, it was a really good experience, and class ended. I returned home, and one great thing about having lunch at school and not at home is now when I go back home, I have free time. Not free time. I have time to do the Zoom meeting. So for about half an hour, I did a Zoom meeting with TA4. My last meeting with this TA. Yeah, it was quick because this TA is supposed to have a final exam tomorrow, which is essentially a PowerPoint presentation. He hasn't prepared anything, just an outline, and I'm like, it's fine because he's good at this. He's like good at this compared to the others I've worked with, anyways. So the Zoom meeting's over. I said goodbye to him. I'll probably never see him again. Rip. And then almost immediately, I had to leave to CTPR 290, my final CTPR 290. So I decided to wear my detective suit, and I wore very fancy sneakers. I missed a bus. Bus flew right past my face, so I walked to school. And oh my god, what an underwhelming ending. I know how earlier I was like, wow, the end of semester is so conclusive, but this is underwhelming. So I entered CTPR 290, and out of all the classes of CTPR 290, this is somehow the shortest. It's the last class, and it's somehow the shortest. We arrived, and immediately the professor played the first short film. So we have 3 short films. We have 3 hotel room shoots, and the professor immediately played one. And it was more or less similar with the rough cut. And the professor turned around and said, comments? No comments? Let's move on. So they played the second film, which is ours, which I thought was pretty bad. The editing is bad. Not my fault. It's Ryan's. It's not terrible, but like, it could have been improved. And then, he turned around. He's like, no comment? Okay. And then, we waited for Saleh to upload the third short film, and in the meantime, it's like awkward dead silence. Ben, the curly hair boy, he was like, so what are your summer plans, professor? And the professor was like, nothing. Can't go anywhere. My poodle has a tumor. And we made a promise that we will not leave home at all, because, we need to take care of the dog. But I'll be writing things. And Ben was like, oh, writing. What are you writing? Like a screenplay? And he's like, oh, no, it's a limited series that was supposed to be shot a year ago, but it's life circumstances, my sister-in-law died, and there's wildfires, and this happened, that happened. So it's like, wow, okay, that's sad, but there's like nothing to it. He's just dumping sad stuff on us. So the third film is finally up, and we played it. It's basically the same as the rough cut. And then it finished, and the professor turned around, and he's like, no comment? Okay. And then at the very end, it's so awkward. So he just looked at us, and he was like, why are you guys like this? Why do you not talk to each other at all? Filmmaking is all about collaborating. But why? Is it because you guys are in cams and critical theory, like you don't have to discuss things? Is that it? And it was so awkward, and no one answered. Cole was like, oh, well, I think sometimes, some other people have said what I've said, so I decided not to say anything. And then he's like after a little bit of a rant, he's just like, okay, you can go. Class dismissed. So we all left. The whole class was 40 minutes long. Oh my god. So, yeah, that was weird. Like, it's clear the professor is in a bad mood. Because he just talked about sad stuff, and he just seems really off today. But honestly, like, the way the class is structured, it's just, you're also kind of doomed to fail anyways. Like, we're just looking at more films, and we're making more discussions. Like, it's not as fun as I thought it would be, honestly. Yeah. Ironically, film 33 is more fun. Too much fun, actually. Too freaking much. This one was so... Vibes are off. So after class, everyone just gathered outside of the SCA building, and we just started talking. Now we're talking. So it's obviously not because we're all chickens who cannot talk. It's just that the professor is really unapproachable. Even though in the beginning he tried to be like friendly and stuff, but throughout the entire semester he just looked really strict and scary actually. Like I'm actually kind of scared of him. The vibes are off. I think it's a combination of the professor being really strict, the school itself being really strict with filming and rules and permits, but also the timing. It's a 6 p.m. class, goes till nighttime, but also it's the syllabus that's so regimented and not interesting enough. And yeah, it's just so weird. And wow, that was such a weird way to end off the class. So me and so many other people ended up like chatting for like half an hour more just outside of SCA, including Rachel. Me and Andrew and Ryan and Cole, we just stood there, we just talked. And then Cheyenne and her friend group and everyone else just talked. And we just like talked. Yeah, just chatted. But yeah, we said our goodbyes and we left. And then I walked Rachel to her car park, to her car, below her car. And then I called a lift away. Rachel's really panicky because it was only yesterday when she realized that she's graduating, which is fucking crazy. I thought she told me she realized that a month ago, and now she realized it yesterday or this morning, and she's like, fuck, I haven't applied to any jobs. I need to apply to jobs now because school is over and I need the job to start my OPT. And wow, that's crazy. So I'm like, good luck, you know. And Rachel was like, I'm so stressed. I'm drinking, I'm smoking. I'm like, I've never been this stressed in my life. And I just feel bad for her. Like, why are you so underprepared? Like, in contrast, I hate to say this, but like, I'm so much more. I know I have 1 month, and then maybe I'll start freaking out. But right now, I am fighting so hard to connect and to join sets and stuff. I'm fighting so hard. And I have the hunger in me. Rachel just doesn't. And that's sad because I used to not have the hunger too. Which is why now I do actually. But yeah. So Rachel left, and also bad news, and that is the screening for P3 for 310 is May 11th. I am flying that day to France. Had I decided to arrive on the 13th, that wouldn't have been a problem. So that was stupid. But yeah. Anyways. Such a weird class. I mean, I think it started off really interesting. But as the class went along, it just got more and more boring and stale. And Film 33 is so much more fun in that it's more challenging. There's a hierarchy. There are events, but yeah. And we get to move around so much. Anyways, the best part of Film 33 is making friends. I feel like in this class I made fewer friends. Like I already know Ryan and Andrew Wu and Rachel. Like, and I'm just with them anyways. Yeah. Anyways, there's that. So I came back home and that's pretty much it. I can't believe the semester's over. It felt really fast, but so much has happened. Like I can't believe Pitt has happened in the middle of it. I also feel that it's such a blessing that I got to see Jaehyun like once before the semester ends, just one more time. It's like, oh, it's a little treat, you know? I just really want to talk to her. I don't know why, but sometimes we talk, like whether it's texting or in person, and it's like, wow, there's a lot of conversation going, and she's really friendly. But then at times she just kind of disappears, and it's like she's cold towards me. And again, like I fucking hate this. I fucking hate, having the need to gauge how close is the person to me. Um, so I'd rather not overthink it. But yeah, this is weird. Um, I don't know. It's just I know I could always use the Seattle thing as an excuse. Like we were supposed to meet in Seattle, but then now it's less of an excuse. Now it's just I'm trying to force her to meet me. So it's like I don't know how close she is to me. Um, yeah, she liked my Instagram story, but I don't know. Um, yeah. Um, and yeah, tomorrow I'm just gonna skip 192. I'm just gonna go to the Jordy Grief concert anyways. Thus the semester is over. Yeah. And not much else. I joined a con WhatsApp group, so that's cool. And I'm actually learning more like more insider news from that WhatsApp group. It's so funny. It has 39 people in it right now. It's full of Redditors. And half the people are American, half of them are like British. I did a self introduction, and then someone was like, "Are you from Hong Kong?" Because they recognize my country phone number. And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm studying in the US." Yeah, and I need to book the hotel. Oh, before dinner, I filed my taxes. I filed my tax returns. And yeah, it wasn't as annoying as I thought it would be, but it is a long process. But I filed it, so at least there's that. Um, yeah, so that's a stone lifted from my heart. Not really though. I don't know what it does really, but one task off the list. So I still have a lot to do tonight. A lot of things to watch. Some things to edit. It's 1:35. Fuck me. Okay. Gotta go. Gotta go. I hope Giant watches my shorts. Giant made an Instagram story with MF Doom's Doomsday in it. I don't think she knows that my short film ends with Doomsday. Um, I don't know. We were talking to each other so much during Christmas. Um, I just I don't know. I don't know. All right, time now is 12:12 afternoon on May 1st. We've made it to May. Woo! Yeah. I slept from 5 like 5:45 to 12:10. Yeah, this is actually really late waking up at noon, but like I still feel sleepy. It's still like 6 hours. This is really bad. Um but yeah, uh no school has begun, you know. I'm thinking of going back to bed, honestly. Yeah, last night I tried to be productive, but I just can't. I did finish Wendy and Lucy, and then I watched a couple of episodes of anime, and then I started watching School of Rock, but like not enough time, and I didn't ended up not booking the hotel. So it's a shame because the hotel that Garrett is living at called Hotel de Provence. Right now, the cheapest option is 132 euros. Yeah. And the truth is, I realized that I decided to arrive on the 12th because the plane ticket is cheaper, A, and B, I can arrive a day earlier to settle down. Well, um, actually, it's not cheaper. Yes, the plane ticket is cheaper, but I'm also making myself pay for extra days of accommodation. So, lesson learned. Don't just pick a cheaper plane ticket because it's cheaper. Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, I haven't bought the hotel room, but I will do it like later. Yeah, and then today I'm going to Jordy Grieve concert, so I'm real excited for that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I need to say really. The concert is at 7 p.m. I'm thinking of arriving an hour early. So I'm probably gonna head out at around 5:30, 5:15. Yeah. Yeah, that's all. That's all. But yeah, the con is heating up. 10 days away, are we? How many days? This is May 1st, so yeah, I guess technically 10 days before I fly. Before I fly to con. 12 days before the ceremony, before the festival begins, so 10 days before I fly away, so I don't know. I want to talk to Jairin about this. I know she likes French or something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go back to bed.
Okay, there is no turning back. 132 euros. Bruh. Okay, it's done. It's a done deal. And I did graduation. Oh, my friend isn't here. We're in. We're in. Yo.
Charlie Chef on the drums, Ethan Marsh on the guitar, and Freddie Dave on the bass. Crazy Jesse on the sound. On the merch. Happy days and happy nights await you all. Embrace life. Turn around and say thank you for being my friend.
Okay, time now is 1:08 a.m. in the morning. I just came back home from a freaking concert. My legs are really tired from standing. Like, how many hours have I been standing? Jesus. I've been standing for like nearly 6 hours. It's crazy. I mean, I did squat at some point, but I'm actually also boiling some potatoes at the same time, so I'm just gonna keep this really quick as I can. Today is technically the first day after the end of semester 3, even though I still have essays due, so it's technically not completely over yet. Um, but yeah, oh, my ears. There's so much noise happening that right now my ears feel fatigued. Like I can't hear as well. There's like mush. It's a little muffled. Okay, but anyways, today I woke up at 12:15 and then I went back to bed for 20 more minutes and then I went back to bed for 1.5 hours. I realized that I still need more sleep and hey, it's the first day since the end of semester 3. Of course I'm gonna sleep all day. So I slept and I naturally woke up. Felt a little guilty about it, yes, but honestly I'll let it happen. Okay, and then I woke up. I filmed I filmed a YouTube video. I did two things, two pretty important things. One is I booked a hotel for Cannes Film Festival. So yes, I have to book it like ASAP. So I booked Hotel de Provence. Yes, that. It is quite expensive. I paid 132 euros, which is about 140 something US dollars, not to mention the exchange rate, the fees, etc. But I went with that one. So I did a quick research on what other hotels I could live at. There was also Hotel Montagne, Hotel Montagne and Spa, which is a little bit closer to the Cannes train station, 6 minutes away, and it's cheaper, with poorer reviews, but more reviews. So probably a more well-established hotel. But at the end, my mom's like, yeah, you should go with the first one, the one your friend is staying at, Garrett. So I decided to go with Garrett, and stay in that one. Rip. But it's got pretty solid reviews, and I can leave with Garrett together to get to the villa, which is called La Californie. So yeah, so that's that. So anyways, there's no return. I know for this trip I'll be spending a sum, so I'm spending a sum. Okay, I'm spending a sum. Um, yeah. In the meantime, I also finished the ALI thing, the survey, the final thing I need to do for ALI, get my hours in, etc. Okay, now, um, I left. I had lunch and I left to Jordy Greep's concert, which I just came back home from. I left at around 7. No, no, sorry. The concert starts at 7 p.m. I left at around 5:30, and it got there around 6:15. And Justin T got there at 6:50. Holy shit, right before the line started moving. So I'm glad I decided to not go with him. I went there early. I'm glad I made that decision. Yeah, we went to the venue and we listened to it, and it was fantastic. It was a great set. Some of the songs I'm not as familiar with, unfortunately, because it's been a while since I've listened to his album. But overall, it's just great vibes, very fun, and yeah, also stood up for very long. The whole set was 3 hours, which I completely didn't expect. There are some really, really, really long passages in it where they would just go off and improv for like 20 minutes straight. And every time we think the song ends, the song doesn't end. But yeah, we got out of it, and by the time the set is finished, it's already like midnight. It's like 11:50, which is fucking insane. So we hopped on the metro, and then came back and called a free lift to his place, Troy Hall, and then to my place. And now it's dinner time at 1 a.m. So that's fancy. So yeah, I don't know how much time I have left to watch and edit everything I need to watch and edit later, but I'll try my best. I'll try to sleep a little earlier. And tomorrow I have nothing planned. But I do want to go to the gym. I really want to hit the gym. And yeah. So there's that. Saturday I'm going to Al Wise in downtown LA. And I'm buying black leather shoes. Yes, unfortunately, I have to do that. I cannot risk bringing my black shoe with light brown soles over there, even if it's allowed. It's like it's too much of a risk anyways. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I'm excited for the APCA banquet on Sunday. I hope Jayun shows up. I don't know, I'm still thinking about Jayun, and it's like can't really keep her out of my head. And it's crazy that she's been in my head for like over 4 months, and I'm just like, I don't know, gotta do something about it, Maybe text her, but like some other people that I've barely met are more social with me now. So it's like I don't understand why is Jayun so like busy. But yeah. Do want to have a conversation with her. When I took a free lift back home, there were a couple of girls. There were a couple of girls who were dressed up really nice. I think they just came off a party. USC students, of course. One of them is Asian. Sat beside me. Smelled like perfume. and they're like clumsy. They're not like, they're clumsy. They're like, you know, ABGs. One of them is. I didn't take a good look at the other one. After they left, the driver was like, oh yeah, like when the two girls were sitting beside me, they were talking about, oh, look at this girl's boyfriend. Ooh, look at this girl's boyfriend. And then they left, and the driver looked at me, and the driver's, well, he didn't look at me, but the driver was like, and I think he's like a Spanish speaker. He's like, wow, how can you concentrate on your studies when you have so many beautiful ladies? And I just don't know how to answer that. I'm like, haha. And then I'm like, no, I have free will. Let me answer with something. So I was like, no, well, I get along. And then that's it. But it's just it's like a scene from my own film. It's like a scene from The Virgin. It's so stupid. But yeah. So that's that. I don't know. I think I'd like to think that in 2025, one of the things I've achieved is like this zenness. And that is, I realize I don't really need love. All I need is self-love. Like, if no one loves me, it's fine, because I've survived this long without anyone loving me anyways, like romantically. Like, my family loves me, of course. But like, romantically, I don't need that shit. That's unnecessary. And it's great because other people think it's great. Other people are convinced that romantic love is a good thing. And so throughout media, throughout society, it's a common belief that romantic love is a good thing. It's a positive thing. But if my experience with romantic love for the last 2 times is so fucking bad, maybe it's just not for me. Well, doesn't hurt to try again. Right. That's true. So I'm not completely shutting myself off. But this also means that I can survive without romantic love. Like, I'm totally fine, I can survive on my own. I'm fine with loneliness. Well, I'm fine with aloneness, not loneliness. I can survive. And if I think about time, like, oh, I'm 22, about to turn 23, I'm old, and I haven't even touched a girl's hand in a romantic way, then it's like, oh, fuck, I'm like a loser. But if I think about the past, how much I've survived without any romantic love, I'm like, I don't actually need it that badly, actually, Jiren still isn't my type for all I care. No one is my type. Leslie was my type. And there are no other Leslies in this world, so... And the Leslie we all know and hate is fucking psychotic anyway, so who cares? Yeah. So that's that.
Okay, time now is 1:33 p.m. on May 2nd. Yeah, damn, that was a good ass sleep. Holy shit. I slept from 5:30 a.m. to 1:30-ish, 1:20-ish. Oh man, 2 days in a row of good sleep. That's awesome. How many hours is that? That's like around 8 hours-ish. It's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, but I really need to sleep earlier from here on out. Yesterday I was not productive at all. After dinner, it was already 2 a.m. I took a shower. No, it was 2:30. I took a shower. It's 3 a.m. I literally had no time to do a single thing. I had no time. I edited my movie roundup video for a little bit, and then I finished School of Rock, and it's already 4:30, and it's already 5 a.m. It's so fucking crazy. I was like, what? Why is time moving so fast? But if you think about it, the Jordy Griep concert yesterday took me 7.5 hours. I left my apartment at 5:30, and I came home at 1 a.m. Yeah? 7.5 hours of the day for me, which is actually a lot if you think about it. So it makes sense that I was not productive yesterday because I literally couldn't. So today I really need to make up for that. I really, really need to make up for that unproductivity. So yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So I'm just gonna be watching a lot of movies today, and that's it. I may hit the gym. I think I will hit the gym. Um. Yeah. Not a lot of other news, honestly. I WhatsApped Emma, who said she can't find an Airbnb in Nice, so she found one in Cannes. Um, which is it's fine. I guess it's fine. Because Cannes to Nice is like half an hour away anyway. I just need to take a train. Um, yeah. I've also been just looking up like how to speak basic French and what are the iconic foods to eat in southern France, etc. So I'm excited. I really am. How many more days? 9 more days before I leave, basically. 9. Yeah. Okay. That's that. I don't have a lot else. I think I had a dream, actually. I did have a dream. A full, complete dream. I haven't had a dream in so long because I've been sleep deprived. But I did have a dream, except I forgot. But for a few moments, it was vivid. Like for a few moments, I remembered what happened in that dream. Oh, it was brutal. It was something really gross. It's like a guy getting smashed and flattened and turned into a pancake. Oh no, no, no. Oh, oh, I remember it. It's it's fucked up. It's like organized crime, and there's this concrete structure where people are getting killed, and like I'm trying to sneak around and escape because it's so fucked up in there. Something like that. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well.
Okay, time now is 10:39 p.m. Yeah, it's I'm tired. Not because I didn't have enough sleep, but because I went to the gym. So that's pretty cool. Not a lot happened today, honestly. If it weren't for a couple of dudes from the gym, I actually did not speak to a single soul today. I forgot to mention that last night something really weird happened. So last night I came home really late at 1 a.m. So I cooked at 1 a.m., which is fucking insane. I know, but a man's gotta eat, you know. Um, and at around 1:30 a.m., it's so fucking stupid. What was I cooking? Steak? Potatoes? I boiled potatoes, and I guess the steam from the pot kind of molested the smoke alarm, and the smoke alarm went off, and yeah, it was bad. It was 1:30 a.m. in the morning. And then Adipta, the crazy guy, came out of his door and went up to me and was like, excuse me, I finally know the rules and, the rules of this place. And I thought he's talking about, like, quiet hours, like, observing quiet hours, which I agree. It's my bad, it's my fault. So I was like, I'm sorry for making, like, cooking so late. Like, I just came back, you know. And he's like, oh, it's fine. But, I finally know the rules that I need to use American servers to access websites, and I don't know why is everyone mad at me. It seems like there's tension. And I don't know why people seem angry at me. And then he went back to his room, and I'm like, fuck, is his schizophrenia coming back? So if his schizophrenia is coming back, gotta do something about it, man. Gotta do something about it. Gotta email Triple Link and text Triple Link all over again. But without Quentin being here, I feel a bit unsafe, honestly. Quentin has been a big help. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully his schizophrenia doesn't come back, because that's a bit of a problem. Anyways, today, it's nice. I did nothing, but for some reason in the morning, I felt a little bad, and the reason behind it is so petty, actually. So, again in the morning, I just felt alone, and I felt like there's like no one speaking to me, no interesting notifications, you know. I'm thinking about Jaehyun. I'm thinking about why she isn't talking to me. I mean, it's not. I mean, I'm less bummed about it though, do I? Because if it's Pepper, you know, I speak to her a lot and suddenly she stopped talking. It's like, okay, that's weird. Same with Leslie. Jaehyun, we weren't even talking that much in the first place, but yeah. And then I looked at Letterbox and I found that you know, Colin had made a pretty funny review of Challengers, and Matt liked it, and I'm just like, wow, like my reviews. I spend so much time and effort writing my reviews, and Matt never liked a single one of them. Matt likes multiple Collins reviews, and I'm just thinking, okay, well, I get it. I'm weird and stuff. I get it. You don't like me. And then I'm thinking, why am I having these thoughts again? Truth be told, Matt probably knows Colin way before he knows me, and they're probably way closer. And also, maybe there's a truth in there that Matt doesn't like my reviews, and why even bother? Who the fuck is he, you know? And then for a little bit, I was a little like, yeah, I mean, I'm just a weird guy. I get it. I'm emo. I'm weird. And then I was like, okay, yeah, right. I'm emo. I'm weird. I'm disturbed. And then I immediately DM'd Rachel and asked her for recommendations for eyeliner and lipsticks. Yeah. No joke. But I was like, you know what? I'll just do my own thing. And the thing is, like, I speak through my short films. When people see me in real life, in social situations, I'm like, huh, yeah, you know, yeah. And my hand, what the fuck is wrong with my hand? My hand does this. Real men do this. They're elbows, man. My elbows are down there. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Fuck me in the clitoris. Jesus Christ. Anyways. But I speak through my short films. My short films are dark, disturbing, and edgy, and crazy. People will watch them, and people will be afraid of me. And that's the plan, you know? That's the plan. The fuck? Okay, we're good. But yeah, those thoughts are over. I'm okay now. No one probably hates me because I've been nice to people. But I do agree with the fact that I need to go crazy. Like next semester, I need to go even crazier. I know before this semester, I was like, I need to go crazy. Before round 5, I was like, I need to go crazy. Or not round 5, I guess like this semester, like spring 2025. I was like, I need to go crazy, I need to be weird. And it kind of followed up to that, but like not enough. I did make Smooth Operator. I think that's my biggest fuck you that I've ever done in USC. But I need to go even harder next semester, you know? I need to actually start dressing up and acting weird. Because that's really me. Right? Like, I just think about the RIT 340 class and the professor, and he's like, oh, I wear suits. It's an obsession. I can't explain, but I wear suits all the time. And I have these quirks, I have those quirks. I wake up 5 a.m. every morning and light a candle and all that stuff. And he's like, you should be you. Be unconventional. Break rules. And I'm like, yes. This class is really speaking to me. Maybe I should do that shit. Next semester, even if it's... Because my rationale is, I'm not going to dress like an anime villain if I'm only going to class. But what if I do? Like, who's stopping me? And the thing is, like, if I think about, places where I need to dress up, it's like, yeah, Oh, also, do I have film festivals? I'm scared. I'm scared I have, like, film festivals. Okay, my mind is, going different places. Okay, let me see. Today's May 2nd. Doesn't seem so. Okay. Yeah, so anyways, but he's right, the professor's right, I gotta be weird. So next semester, I gotta go even crazier. I gotta act it out. I want to be known as the crazy filmmaker in cams. I want to have a reputation. Like, I'm fucking serious, man. So yeah, that's that. I looked at my Google, last week Garrett filmed me with his phone, in order to do the, introducing the team, the Cannes Film Festival team. I looked at my video and holy fucking testicles, I look bad. My face was weird, and the lighting was weird, so my face looks like greasy, and my hair is like angular. It's like I have an octagon on my head. My shoulders were low, so my neck is long and my torso is small. And I'm at this weird stand in my hand. It's just like, I'm like a fucking robot. What the fuck is this gesture? What the fuck, man? I can't believe it. I look terrible. And Garrett has to film me from a wide, like as if it's a wide shot, like from a distance. Like, why? It's so distant. It's so awkward. So, I fucking hated my video. And that's crazy because I film YouTube videos nearly every day and I'm fine in it. I go crazy, I talk, blah 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 blah, I sing, but in that video I look terrible. Low key, I'm gonna ask Garrett if I could reshoot that shit because I cannot handle that shit. I cannot. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. Let me see. Let me think. But yeah, I tried to be productive for the most part of the day. I edited some videos and I spent some time editing video essay. I'm gonna have dinner now, but I'm gonna probably have dinner here to save time so I could watch anime while having dinner. Which is nice. It's nice. 3 meals a day all in my room. That's crazy. I put egg tarts in the oven this morning, and it's 2 p.m. And the smoke alarm went off again. For what? What did you sense? Carbon dioxide from the oven? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, eventually I went to the gym. And, I went to the gym, I worked out, did some lateral, 7 fucking sets. I tried to do lateral raises on 17.5 pounds, and it was so fucking heavy. I just slammed it onto the ground. And then I did the chest push, and then I did the low row, and then I'm done. And I did a little stand-up sit-up, and then I'm done. At some point before I did the chest push, a couple of Asian dudes came up to me and was like, how many sets left? And I was like, I haven't started. and they left. And then I heard them speak in Cantonese, and I'm like, oh. So after I finished that set, I walked around and I found them, and I pretended to be just walking around, and I put down my earbuds. Yeah, I was listening to music. I put down my earbuds, and I was like, "Do you speak Cantonese?" And this guy, red hoodie, glasses, he's like, "Yeah, yeah. I mean, we speak Mandarin and Cantonese." And then I'm like, "Yeah, me too." And they're like, "Oh, so apparently they're from Guangzhou." So when I heard them speak Cantonese, I was like, "Oh, what if they're a Hong Konger? I got to discover all the Hong Kongers in USC. I mean, it's my duty, right?" But eventually they're not. But they still added me on Instagram, and then I left, and I'll probably never see them again. It's so crazy. We have zero mutuals. That's how you know they're on a completely different side of campus. Even with art people, like in Rit 340, I follow some people like Carden, or like I don't know, some music person, and they still know a bunch of film people and theater people. It's like, yeah, we're art people, and art people are kind of connected. But like, if I ever meet an architecture person or like a computer science person, it's like I know nothing. There are no mutuals. That's crazy. But yeah, but who cares, man? Who fucking cares? I gotta start living like this. I have free will. As long as I don't get shot or stabbed or arrested, I'm fine. So I should start doing that. I should start doing that. So yeah, anyways, came back home, here I am. I don't have much else to say. Emma gave a little update about the film festival, the situation, that is for the place to live from the 25th to 27th. She's planning to book an Airbnb in Cannes and not in Nice because she can't find an Airbnb in Nice. And she's sharing the Airbnb with another friend, and it's a guy, and his name's Arjun. Interesting. And I'm like, oh, that's great, thank you. So, I wish I would be living in Nice. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's actually a great idea to live in Cannes. Because, okay, Cannes and Nice, not that far away. It's like half an hour by bus. So, like, if I want to go, I just go by bus early in the morning, and then I have a day trip over there, come back home at night. Yippee-ki-yay! Now, more importantly, the closing ceremony of the Cannes Film Festival. I want to go. And since we're getting kicked out of the villa at 2 p.m. that day, on the 24th, why don't I, I don't know, put all my luggage or bring all the luggage to that Airbnb first and then line up for the closing ceremony. And even if I can't, at least I can watch the live stream near Cannes of the closing ceremony, So maybe it's a good thing. But either way, I'm glad it's working out, hopefully. And yeah, the Cannes schedule is kind of coming out. It's been leaked, and I hope it all works out, man. I hope it all works out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know. I know I said if I see Jayun in person, I'll take my chance because I have a lot to say to her. But like, when I saw her on Maisie's set, it's like, this is a bad timing. Like, I'm doing my thing and she's doing her thing. This is terrible timing, and I don't know what the fuck to say. In the middle of a set during a dance shoot, and say something like, you know what, let's meet up. Let's meet up. I don't know. I don't really care. No, I do care. But I shouldn't care. That's the truth. Yeah, that's all I have to say, actually. Yeah. So yeah, got shit tons of things to watch, videos to edit, laundry. I'm gonna call my mom. Trying to sleep earlier tonight. Going to downtown LA tomorrow. Yippee-ki-yay.
Alright, time now is 12:12 afternoon on May 3rd. I slept from 5:40. I slept from 5:50 to 12 basically. Woke up by an alarm. Yeah, very late, I know. Just too much. Yesterday I already tried my very 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 best to be as productive as possible. Um, I think aside from going to the gym, which took me about 1 hour and 40 minutes, including going and coming back, I was home all day. And I didn't dilly dally around too much. I didn't spend hours looking at my phone or anything. I didn't spend hours looking on at YouTube or anything. I just watched one, you know, I just did one thing after another. And even so, I still couldn't finish everything I needed to do. But I think I already was very productive yesterday. Like, I did the laundry, I edited and uploaded 3 videos on YouTube. I managed to hit 3.5 anime episodes and half a film. So hopefully I am as productive today. Also late at night, I bought a couple of Blu-rays, and it'll be the last 2 Blu-rays I buy before I leave to Cannes. It's Battle Royale. Yes, holy fucking shit, by the way. I saw that on eBay. Battle Royale in 4K 2 disc version is being sold for $60, and I was like, oh my god, I have to get this, like, before it's gone forever. So I got it. I was like, okay, I'll immediately buy it, no questions asked. And then I also bought a Low Carlone box set, and then I'm out. I'm done. There's a chance that the Blu-rays may deliver after I leave. And in that case, I will have to ask for Zalon's number, who lives on top of me, and ask her to help me out, because she owes me a favor after I helped her with her W9 or I9 thing. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of people went to the Caught by the Tide screening. Crystal Lenti, the Cantonese speaking woman. Also, Justin Ju from my religion class just DM'd me and told me about the Jajanka screening as well, but man, I wish I was there, but I kind of couldn't. Like, it's Arrow, it's really far away. It means I'll have to Uber. And also, I already have tons of shit to watch. I'm sorry. I'm sure he will appear for a Q&A again sometime in the next 5 years. So, I mean, I'll be here when that happens. Yeah, and my shoulder and chest are sore right now, which is great news. Oh yeah, I DM'd Garrett. I was like, hey, one, I booked Hotel de Provence, so that's cool. B is, can I reshoot the Instagram video? And he's like, I'm leaving on Monday, so there's no time to reshoot. But if you can do it before May 6th and send it to me, maybe it would work. And I'm like, okay, I'll let you know. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that just goes to show how much of an artist I am. I do reshoots all the time these days. I ask for extra time for things because I'm very serious about my work. Yeah. And Begon's Resurrection may get added onto the Cannes Film Festival. It's getting, more and more apparent. And that's it. Thinking about how I want to dress for the ABCA banquet tomorrow night. I just hope Jayan would be there. I should have a backup plan, because the thing is, like, I keep thinking about, oh, if Giant's there, that's it. I'm gonna pull the trigger, and by pull the trigger, I mean I'm gonna ask her to hang out. Grab a coffee together, something like that. Um, and the thing is, I totally expect, I know that there's like a 50% chance she won't show up because every time I'm like, okay, she's gonna be there, but like half the time she's not gonna be there. Like life is always disappointing, right? Reality is always disappointing. In that case, I'll just text her. Um, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm like overthinking. Like, why is she like losing interest in me? Like, is it because I'm like glazing her, which means I don't love myself enough? Like, but then I realize I shouldn't overthink. Okay, anyways, today I'm going to Al Wise in downtown LA. Um, yeah, to buy a suit. So, wish me luck.
Those ones are cool. You should have those. Daniel, that part right Vean, mira,
Strawberry, lime, coconut.
We're here. Wow. Okay, time now is 8:53 p to the M. Yeah, not a lot happened today. Apparently, quite a few things are happening all around me, but I'm just not really doing all that stuff. Like, there's a sub club party. Anya and Colin's club, Click to View, also has a party, which I don't think I'm close enough with them to, like, go anyways. And then there are all these like random things that are happening, and I just don't really know that they're happening. But I'm like fine, Usually I look at other people hanging out and going to events, and I'm like, what? Why am I just rotting at home? But I'm glad I'm rotting at home right now because I spent so much time outside in the last few weeks, and it's been so exhausting. So, it's actually quite nice that I'm just at home, just chilling. Yeah, Kiara returned to LA, you know. So perhaps there will be a hangout event thing going on very soon. I totally be down to head to Santa Monica just to see her, you know. And yeah, today has been semi-productive thus far. I decided not to edit or upload anything today. Maybe I'll do a college update video later, but for now, I'm okay. I finished a few episodes of anime. I am about 3 episodes away from finishing Orb, which is amazing. And most importantly, at 5:30 p.m., I went to downtown LA. And I went to the fashion district and I arrived at
All wise. So yeah, I planned to leave at 2:45, but I suddenly had a stomach ache. So 3:30 p.m. I left and went to downtown LA, and I think I've never really been to the fashion district unless I've been there when I was 13. So when I was 13, it was summer of 2016. I was with my family and we went to this part of LA where it's like a market kind of place, and it's very crowded and kind of dirty. But I for a very long time I kind of have no idea where that actually is. But around last year, a couple years ago, I think I kind of figured out. I think that's the fashion district, but I never really went there. But finally, for the first time in, I guess, 3.5 years, I've finally been to the fashion district, and wow, this is a gem. I always complain that LA is like a soulless plastic city. The fashion district has a lot of life. It's it's full of Latinos. It's full of Mexicans. But it's these, very crowded just stores. They're jam packed with things that I'm like, wow, okay, this is interesting. This is actually like, now I feel like I'm in a city that has history and culture. So I went there and I'm like, damn, this is nice. I arrived at, but like after I got off the bus, it took me a while to walk over there. But anyways, I finally arrived at Al Wise and it's half an hour before it closes. So I arrived right on time, right freaking on time. I arrived and I've never, aside from that time in Uniqlo 3 years ago, dress up or shut up. Aside from that time, I've never really bought a suit by myself, let alone something this serious. So I went in, and this guy, this big Latino guy, he's like, oh, how can I help you? I was like, oh, I'm looking to buy a tuxedo. And he's like, good, come with me. So I came with him, and he gave me some tuxedos. He eyeballed my size, and he just gave me one and told me to put them on, and told me to take off my clothes just right there and then. And I'm like, okay. So I took off my jacket, took off my shirt. I have a tank top. And then I just tried a bunch of shirts. I tried a bunch of suits. And I tried one. It's size 36, and it's like fit. It's just okay. And I'm like, yeah, I look good. And then I tried the pants, and then I tried the shirt, and I was like, okay, that's pretty good. Took some photos, and I realized that it's really small. It's not small. It fits. But the thing is, unfortunately, I have a very small torso. As much as I try to work out, my body is small, unfortunately. But to accentuate that, maybe I should get a bigger suit. I sent some photos to my mom, and my mom was like, yeah, you should get a bigger suit. So I asked him, can I try a bigger suit? And he's like, sure. So he got me 38. He was like, the tuxedo is supposed to be just fit, but sure, I'll give you something bigger. So he gave me size 38. 38 suit, 38 pants, same shirt. I put it on. Looks good, and it's cool too, because if I work out, if I grow bigger, 38 might fit me better, so I can continuously wear it for the rest of my freaking life, basically. So yeah, I got that suit, and I bought a bow tie, and it's $165. Not 150, and it's not rentable. It's like you buy it forever kind of thing, which I think is fine. I think in the future I'll probably wear a tuxedo to events, who knows. But yeah, I got a bow tie, and it's 165, and I can do it either by card or cash. Now I completely did not prepare cash, but I looked at my wallet, and there are two $200 papers, and I'm like, do you guys have change? And they're like, yeah. So I bought it in cash. Finally, I think for the first time ever, I got to use a $100 bill. Like an American bill. So I got it, and yeah, I got the suit, and I carried the whole thing, and I walked all the way back to the bus station, and then at the bus station I waited half an hour. The bus just kept stalling time. The bus just does not arrive, and it was raining a little bit. But eventually I came back home, and here I am. Boom. Took a shower. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. It went very smooth, very well. I don't know why, but I do these like big man things, like these adult things, like booking a hotel room, booking a plane flight, buying a suit, and all of these things. I'm like, holy shit, it's gonna be so complicated. And then I do it, and I'm like, oh, it's not that complicated. Like the first time I go to an airport alone, I'm like, oh my god, I've never done it alone. And then I realize it's actually not that complicated. I always assume the world is extremely complicated, but that's not true. The world isn't that complicated, but my world is complicated. Like, if I had never done any of these things and you asked me to predict, I would probably like give you a bunch of crazy predictions. My world is always more complicated than the actual world. So that's something to keep in mind. I think I can apply that to everything. Love, friendship, fear, hatred. That's why I overthink. I also came up with a pretty cool text idea for Jiren. I'm gonna ask her, when are the dates for her shoot that is Rush? I'm gonna ask her that. And then hopefully that can turn into a conversation. I don't know why our conversations were so nice, like, and so personal, like 5 months ago. I don't know how it's become so distant and cold again right now. But I hope if I can get into the personal space, I think it's much better. But yeah, it's a relief. I got a suit, I got a plane ticket, I got a hotel booked. All that's really left to worry about is my shoes. If need be, I can go back to downtown LA to buy a pair of black leather shoes. That's possible. If not, I think Nordstrom Rack. I don't know. The other thing I need to worry about is the Airbnb post festival, which I believe Emma is figuring out. Also, I asked Justin T to help me reshoot the con top 4 videos, so I'll have a reshoot. I'm picky, I'm artsy, I'm just built like that, unfortunately, but I will do a reshoot because I yap too much. Yeah, gotta do everything, can't just, I gotta be more dominant in life. Like, if I'm not okay with something, I need to speak up and say, hey, that's not okay. Even if what I'm doing is crazy or stupid or silly, I gotta do it because it's true to my feelings. I gotta stop letting things slide, And I'm glad I'm making that change. I'm like such a different person now. Like, back in Form 5, if someone got my order wrong, I wouldn't raise my hand and ask about it. Or maybe I would, but I wouldn't. But maybe I would. I don't know. But either way, tomorrow night I'll be dressing very fancy. I also tried on the purple shirt that I never wore ever since I bought it in 2020. It's been 6 years. Or 5? No, it's been 6 years. So I'm gonna wear that. It's a little small, but I think it's okay. So I'm gonna wear that tomorrow, and happy days. I'm starting to monitor my foods, my meals, and check if, just make sure I have just enough food to survive me until May 11th. So that's nice. And I also handled the packages thing. So Battle Royale and Low Card Learning box set, they're coming, and there's a small chance that it may come after I leave. I talked to Zalan from upstairs and asked her for a favor, got her number, told her what's up, and got that secured. It's so interesting. I don't know why. Suddenly on eBay, there's a whole wave of people selling Arrow's Battle Royale 4K2 discs, even though for the last few months, it's none. I don't know why. And some of them are cheaper than what I ordered, unfortunately. Last night, on the toilet, I ordered it on eBay. And then this morning I checked again out of curiosity. I'm like, oh, it's actually like widely available suddenly on eBay. That's weird. But I also don't really regret. So like the cheaper ones are like 50 something dollars, maybe nearly 60. I paid 71. But a lot of the sellers are British. So it'll be shipped from Britain, which means it'll take a longer time, which means it may come later, and I wouldn't want that. Okay, yeah, after the suit, I went back home, rested a little bit, went out again, went to TJ's, Trader Joe's. But before going to Trader Joe's, I went to Target and asked about a vacuum cleaner because, as you can see, my room is dusty and I need to clean it up. And I thought if a vacuum cleaner is reasonably priced, why not? So I'm gonna do that as well. Yeah, that's it. Excited for the banquet tomorrow, I guess. I don't know. I still think that Jiren might not be there. Like, it's good to have hopes, but let's assume I'll be disappointed. She's gonna be like, "Oh, I have other plans." Yeah. So let's assume she won't be there. But even if she's not there, I'm sure I would know about 20 other people in that freaking room. Like, I would probably know a lot more than 20 people. Like I'm not super involved in APCA, but I know enough people in the web series production and just people in general that I would show up and I'm sure I'll just run into a bunch of people I know. So yeah. And not much else. I actually like have zero plans. So tomorrow's APCA banquet. Monday, I'm asking Justin T to help film me. Maybe Tuesday, I'll head over to Monterey Park to have a haircut. And then at some point, maybe I'll hang out with Kiara and Santa Monica, and then I'm kind of out. Yeah, I actually don't have a lot of things planned. So yeah, which is nice. I very well deserved rest. Very well deserved. I have the HKOS meeting tomorrow night, do I? It's fine. I'll tell them I can't make it. But yeah.